Never was very good at whistling. Hey, hey! Today is Monday, the 5th of January. My birthday's coming up, the 30th. Woohoo! I've always loved my birthday because it's just mine. What do you like? Figured I'd catch up on what's going on. I got my quote for my insurance for the new space. Partnering with a couple people. There's 3 offices and then a big entryway, and we've got one for storage and a small unit that not quite sure if it's going to be a meditation room, classroom. I don't know what I'm going to do the smaller. And then with one of the larger spaces, I'm pretty sure we're creating a LGBTQ plus. Remember, I call it alphabet soup because they keep adding things. It's out of love. But I believe we're going to either have an existing club, use that as club space, safe space. Haven't quite sure. They're going to be able to create it as theirs. Yeah, I think it's going to be really cool. So I met with someone today and was just chatting with them about what I'm doing because I wanted to do this to do community events and have a way to have fun here in Hibbing. Kind of improve and enlarge my chicken run, Chisholm, Hibbing, Keewatin, Nashwauk. Chicken run area stuff. Get it started with a bang. Place that neurodiverse people that normally don't need the same spaces that the general public utilizes. That's a lot of what I'm doing. Being able to provide space for people to kind of have their own kind of fun. You know, I don't like a lot of the noise and the expense, to put it bluntly. You know, I want to go throw cornhole or do something. I don't need a lot of the bells and whistles. And what I'm creating is space and atmosphere to do just that. And hooking up with other people and organizations that are more, not outliers, less included. I think there's no proper word to say it. When you don't have the same needs as the status quo, you have to create it. My need is a place to go at 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, and walk. Walmart's not open anymore. I don't have anything, so once they've got the lease and I sign it, got the quote for the insurance, and we're doing it. And you will see a lot more because I will have different events that, with proper permissions of anybody being recorded, you'll be able to see some of the fun. You know, like, have you ever wanted to have a bubbles and balloon and pizza night? Where you put bubble wrap all over the floor and have a bubble machine and have pizza, and you can just tap dance and roll around on bubble wrap and dance with the bubbles. Cool shit like that, just to kick back and have fun. Well, hey there, Taco Cat, the RIO4Life. It is so good to see you. Hello, hello. I am doing great, inbox. Getting these quotes in. I requested this quote December 8th. They said it'd be 48 hours. Almost a month later, I finally get my quote. This is exciting. I can't wait to share it with you. one person just doing something to fill my own needs and knowing I can't be the only one that needs a safe spot just to exist or be outside of their own home. I know people with roommates or, I don't know, get away from your spouse or your boyfriend or significant other or your kids or whatever. Have some coffee, adult communication, learn a new skill. We're going to do all of it. I will teach you how to make bread from scratch. I will show you all the magical things that I've been doing my whole life because I was raised more fundamental Mormon and had a year's supply of food storage for every member of our family, and we used it daily and rotated it. It's, yeah. Is my pet rat? I don't know. Never said I had a pet rat. Not so sure what you're talking about. Australia, England, or America? I am in the United States. However, my accent can fluctuate depending on who I'm around and what I do. I've learned how to be a chameleon in different ways. And actually, I'm on IMDb. I've been in a movie, and there's a studio in Chisholm, and I'm getting ready for another audition. So who knows? You could see me in something else. It was called A Kidnapping. It was released, I think, February of 2025 in Canada. I think that's what it was. Anyways, I'm in the very end. I'm the old princess. Um, it's wicked cool being able to just live in a new life, different life, being able to have the courage. It does take a different type of courage. It's not reckless. It's more planned. I've been spontaneous. Now I'm being tempered. I'm excited. I am. I am really stoked and excited to share this with you. So I figured I'd just pop in real quick, spend about 15 minutes, and let you know this new space is small. I think it's about 725 square feet. I still have my little 160 square foot studio that I do most of my recordings and stuff in, and interviews will be done there. This new space is about maybe you don't have someone to play chess with. You don't know anybody. I play chess. Not particularly that good, but been doing it since I was 5 and I like it, so could be you and me sitting around just playing chess. Could be us getting a group together, who knows? But it starts simple. And I know and have learned since watching people since COVID, we weren't meant to be isolated. We don't function well alone. But at the same time, we don't have to have a whole huge group. I spend most of my time alone. I don't text. I don't spend hours on the phone. I listen to a lot of YouTube. I learn a lot. I'm just like a sponge wanting to learn more and more. And oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Wonderful, bright, beautiful. Those are things that get described to me at times. I'm willing and I'm hopeful. And this adventure that I'm doing, like I said, it's $20 a day, 365 days a year, and I break even. That's it. How many businesses do you know break even or barely make a little bit of profit and they just run, putting their proceeds month after month into it? I get to do that and not worry about having anything more than the opportunity to create these connections and these events. Just small and simple. It'll build. Remember, I got this commercial property, 25 by 125 square foot, to put a building or at minimum put a fence around it in the spring. We're going to be spending different time over these next few months dreaming, chatting, and wondering, what do we want to do with that space? It's not big, it's small, but it could be endless. It could be tall. Could do 2 stories. It's only money we're looking at. We'll figure out how to get it. Yeah, I'm that person. It'll happen. And it's because I put the time and hours into learning how to do a business plan and learning about what the zoning and things are in my city. And for that block and for that space and with that zoning, what's allowed, what's not allowed. I've done the due diligence. And I know I don't need to put some $1 million building up. I just need something that's going to basically get through, for me, the next 40 years. We'll just go there. I plan on being alive, happy, and healthy at 92. Not even going to slow down much till I'm 93, 94. Pace it out right. I can make this happen. And with that said, I turned 61 on January 30th. So I have the time ahead of me. So I'm looking at a building that's going to at least get me to that. The house I'm living in was built in 1900. I took it down to the studs. We got new insulation, new drywall. We got everything. Wood flooring stays because, man, that stuff is amazing. I can't wait to refinish it and seal it and get it all beautiful, and preserve it. And that's how I'm going to get this house and keep it for me the next 40 years. I'm doing the same thing with this commercial property. I don't want some piece of crap. I want something solid and steady and workable, that when I'm not here to utilize it, it can be transformed into anything else somebody needs. There you go. A little bit of forward thinking with the present needs. One of the biggest things that happened during COVID is a lot of people did community food, and they found out that you could only do like 20 meals 5 days out of a month. That there were certain restrictions, even out of your own home, what you could give away. As I watched them, and they got national attention with what they did. I think it was called Iron Range Meals with a Mission. And they had people that would deliver it, nobody accepted money. It was all free. And it got shut down because of things like that. Just basic rules on what you can even do as a private citizen. Well, I found licenses and things. There's one where I can't remember the exact verbiage of it all, but it's where you can take what's considered waste food, things that the store would put on clearance before they would trash it. A restaurant might trash because it doesn't fit in with what their menus are for the next week. There's ways you can purchase it or have it donated to you and repackage it and donate it. People can buy that from you, or you can give it away. And so when I've got the new building, that's another thing I can look at utilizing, is getting a license like that, where we can take food and that isn't going to be used. It's going to be trashed. We can dehydrate it. Could get a freeze dryer and freeze dry it for all I know. But I'm willing to go get the licenses and do what we need to be able to have that kind of thing. And the ideas came from those people that did it during COVID and tried to do something amazing and would still be doing it right now if they didn't get shut down. And I know who they are. I can partner up with them and take the knowledge that they had with what they did and say, hey, help me learn from what you did and let's see what we can take it. Let's take it the next step. I dream big, but I also know what goes into it. I am a financial documentor. How about that? I have excellent data entry skills. Excellent. Last time I was tested, probably not as fast now, but was it 16,000 keystrokes an hour with a less than 2% error ratio? National average at the time was 8,000, so twice the work with more accuracy. It's my skill, so I'm good at it. So with that said, and being raised with certain morals and ethics and values, I was the data entry person that could process 26 million a month to the penny. I was very good with my records and auditing and very good at what I did at IMI Norgren. With those skills, I can find the right bookkeeper and I can use QuickBooks, enter in the data, let them be able to do all my filings and everything. Because remember, I'm not doing this nonprofit. No, I'm a for-profit community in betterment, you know. I don't need all the other rules. It's me. I'm in charge. It's my deal. I got an EIN number. I know what I'm doing. I'll get a sales tax number so I can do my little retail-y things. We'll give to the government what the government needs. But in between all of that, I will give to my community what my community needs and what I need. Screw the community. I need to keep myself occupied, and this gives me that. It gives me a focus and a place outside of my home. It's hard to do some of these things because you don't want total strangers coming into your private space. It's what all of this, how all of this was needed. How I want to live my life, what I want to do for the next 40 years, 30 plus years, is be an active part in my community. I don't want to sit on the sidelines anymore just watching it. I want to be a part of it. But I don't need to be no big part of it. I just need low key, have fun. But yeah, to be willing to be there. And hey, remember I said, I know chess. I've always wanted to learn backgammon. So maybe backgammon. I'm a quick learner. I'll study up outside of lessons. Because we are all alone. But with that said, we're all alone together. So what do I have to lose? My life? Yeah, I'm on loan here. But right now, today, I got the quote. I let them know. I saved up. I've got the $1,000. I've got my deposit. I've got my rent. We just need to sign the papers and get started. So I'm super happy. I really am. It's It's me doing and being. Showing up for myself first, because that's what was always lacking. I didn't show up. You can have these big dreams, you can have all these things you might want to do, but if you don't show up, how the hell you expect anybody else to come and play with you? So, there you go. Whew. I'm going to get going. I might pop out, do a little live. I've been doing editing. Oh my God. Oh, I hate editing, but with what I'm doing with Chicken Run and supporting the businesses and the things in my community, I want those videos and performances and lives to be a little more polished. You'll see me probably a little more prettied up, and as to be expected, because those people that I'm going to be doing things for and going to be asking for more money, and it's putting their business out there. This is me. This is about my growth and my journey. In case you didn't know, RIO4Life, RIO stands for Rock It Out. Because that's what I do. I am rocking it out and inviting you to be along for the ride or join in if you want. Part 2, I said, money. I have disability. Whether this works or doesn't work, it doesn't matter. I've still taken care of myself. And I want to cruise. So you want to cruise with me? Let's do this. Doesn't take as much money as you might think. I'll show you. And it also doesn't take as much money for me, because I don't leave the boat. I don't leave the ship. I'm a flight risk. I could fall in love with some other place and never come back and not care that I don't have a passport. I will figure it out. So I've always promised my mom, I don't leave the ship. And so she feels much safer with me doing this international travel and cruising. And with what I'm doing here, it gives me something to come home to. Gives me something to come back to. So think about it. Let's have some fun. Rock it out. Every breath is another chance and another choice. So get out there and live.